and welcome back to Bookish Theories. In today's video, we'd like to talk about Stray Kids' God's Menu, focusing on a little breakdown and analysis of both the lyrics and the music video. God's Menu is a song that uses the imagery of a chef creating a new dish as a metaphor for the process of creating music. Now, this is a very original concept that focuses on the unique flavor and variety of Stray Kids' music. And if in the song they promise to serve whatever you want on the menu, serve they do throughout the entire track. As we'll see in a second, the lyrics of the song heavily rely on the cooking motif in order to convey the creativity, uniqueness, and genius that it takes in order to deliver music that can be enjoyed by many different people. But in the video, we also see that this concept is mixed together with racing cars, a marching band, and scientists working on a construction site. Now, at first glance, all these elements seem a bit random, right? But as a matter of fact, these are all ingredients that once put together not only portray the unique style Stray Kids is known for, but also the key elements that make their discography the God's Menu that it is. Now, let's put these ingredients into context and start with the marching band, which is arguably the easiest element to explain. By definition, a marching band is a group of musicians who moves in unison while they perform. So right off the bat, the analogy that they're trying to convey here is pretty straightforward. Much like a marching band, the boys heavily rely on synergy, teamwork, and synchronization in order to deliver the performances that we all love so much. But if you look closely, the video also shows us that the marching band is playing in both the kitchen and the restaurant hall, which means that teamwork and synergy are not only important when it comes to the live stages, that is, when the dish is ready to be consumed by the public, but also when it comes to the production itself. In order to create music that people will enjoy, Stray Kids work together both on stage and behind the scenes, and this is something that the boys themselves have confirmed on multiple occasions. Even if Sriracha does a lot of the heavy lifting when it comes to the production process, all of the decisions that they make about their music are ultimately discussed among all of them. So the first ingredient for their success is definitely teamwork. Next up, we get to the second key element on Stray Kids' menu, which is conveyed by the scientists at the construction site. Now, the scenes associated with this concept are possibly the most obscure in the entire video, because scientists don't usually work in this environment, but in this context they do. And in order to understand why, we first need to understand what the location is meant to symbolize. You see, much like the kitchen of a restaurant, a construction site is exactly that. That is a place where people work in order to build something. This means that in the video, the construction site is meant to represent the production process of an album. And if we include the scientists in this scenario, this means that Stray Kids not only make their music from scratch, but they experiment upon it in order to create the perfect recipe. If you look closely, the boys here are not only surrounded by scientists, but they are the scientists, which implies that an important aspect of their music is definitely experimentation, which makes sense if you think about it, because their music is extremely unique. The third scenario we are being presented, on the other hand, is that of a racetrack. Now, in this scene, we also get a cameo from the Japanese girl group that JYP will debut later this year. And in this context, the focus is both on the racing cars and on the process of getting these cars actually moving. We have a scene involving a pit stop and we see the members inside of a garage. So once again, the idea that they're trying to convey here is that of teamwork and collaboration. If the car is Stray Kids themselves, behind the scenes they work with a whole team of people that allow them to perform at the best of their abilities. But if you look closely, this concept is also very reminiscent of the concept that we saw back in My Pace. And this is important because pacing is an important aspect to take into account, not only when it comes to the music production, but also when talking about the storyline the Stray Kids have been telling us since debut. Now, back in Levanter, the boys escaped the maze they were trapped in, and the two moons united in a streak of light that represents them finally awakening their true selves. In the Go Live trailer, we also saw that this moment overlapped with the new reality they are experiencing actually kicking into motion. So God's Menu here should be regarded as the first look that we have into Stray Kids' true selves. Now, what this will imply for the story to come is still difficult to say, but what we can say is that this true self can be seen as the result of the choices that they made up until now. If in the past the two moons represented the two roads that the boys chose to take back in side effects as well as the different outcomes that their journeys implied, now these two sides of them are finally reunited. And this is an idea that is also conveyed in the video itself, because at the beginning we not only see Changbin with different colored dyes, but also the members and the chefs cooking rose petals that, much like the moons, are both white and red. You see, both the eyes and the rose petals here convey the idea that the realities that were split until now are finally united. And this idea is also conveyed right at the end, where we see the boys exiting from the back door of the restaurant, as the door itself glows in a mix of white and red light. This means that if in Levanter the boys freed themselves from the expectations of the maze they were trapped in, now they can move on with their journey as their true selves. And this is also why at the beginning of the song, the boys actually welcome the audience into this new world full of flavor and variety. Like a chef that invites their guests into the restaurant, Stray Kids are inviting you to enjoy the product of their hard work and choose anything you want off their menu. And no matter what you choose, they know that you will enjoy it, because their music is able to satisfy all sorts of people. In the restaurant, you can get all the sauce that you want and mix all the flavors without hesitation. And the dishes that they serve are so strong and taste so good that they want them themselves until they serve them all to you. This is because, as I mentioned earlier, their work is the result of constant research and experimentation. They are true creators, but instead of food, they make sound. No matter what happens next, their goal is to keep doing what they do and keep improving their craft, because they know that they are unique and nobody can copy them. This has been their game since the very beginning, and even if you go away for a while, they know that you'll be back wanting for more, because the flavors that they serve are just too good to resist. Since they are the 5-star Michelin of music, they know that even if you think that it cannot get any better, it most definitely will. And now they are embracing this power, which means that as they unlock all the doors that will come ahead of them, you will always be shocked by the dishes that they'll serve you. As you wonder what's their secret ingredient, their answer is that they don't even need one, because they're one of a kind and they're able to stand out without any trick. This is literally their thing. They're born for this and now they want to prove it to you. So after this video, go stream, go live and enjoy the taste. So that's it from me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please think about liking and subscribing. As always, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye bye!